Good afternoon, everyone. As I said, I don't want this session to be just a normal session. I shall keep it engaged throughout the session so that you all can answer whatever points we are discussing and share your thoughts. Whenever we take up this role, the Toastmaster of the day, most of us are quite hesitant to do this role. We feel that we might have never done it before, or if we have done it before, we feel that we last time had overshot the time, missed on few things. But today we'll get into the specifics of how you can do this role in an effective manner and how you can ace the role whenever you are doing it. So first we will try to understand the role, then we shall understand what are the responsibilities which we need to carry out and also have the right resources equipped so that we can deliver and have a very interesting way of this role. So first of all, every role, whichever you do in Toastmasters, has three parts to it. Whether it is a club officer role, whether it is a meeting role, or whether it is any role which you are doing outside the club at any Toastmasters event. There is before the meeting, during the meeting, and after the meeting. These are the three sections wherein we need to discuss upon. So if I just have to ask you all, anyone, what do you think would be the criteria or the activities which you need to perform before the meeting if you are the Toastmaster of the day? You can unmute yourself and speak, or you can post it in the chat. Either way, I'm all right. Can we have quick responses within 2 minutes? What are the points which you need to be aware or take note of before the meeting if you are the Toastmaster of the day? Anyone?
Yeah, Akshay, may I?
Yes, Ranjani, sure.
Yeah. So, first of all, you need to check out what is the time slot allotted to you and accordingly prepare for your role as per the theme. Secondly, probably connect with all the role bearers and get to know a kind of introduction from them. So, these are the two things I would do.
Yes, definitely, Ranjini. And yes, Deepak, obtain the participants' view on the theme of the meeting. Well, that is a point which will come ahead in the during the meeting scenario when you are actually interacting with the participants. Because during the meeting, you might have participants which are part of your club or some of the members who are guests or visiting Toastmasters. As we know, there are a couple of points before the meeting. First of all, if you want to be a very good Toastmaster of the day, plan your role. It's not like that whenever there is a missing role, you are going to take up the role. Plan your role well before that. In the month of August, on the second weekend, I shall be doing the role of Toastmaster of the day. Prepare from then. Connect with the VPPR. Let the VPPR know of the club that this is what you are going to present in the theme, or this is what you're going to base your theme on, so that the VPPR can be ready way ahead of time with a creative which can be used to promote the meeting so that you get a good audience to whom you can share about your theme. Also connect with the VP education. Why do you need to connect with the VP education? Well, since playing the role of Toastmaster of the day basically means you're the host of the meeting, when you are connected with the VPPR, you give them the branding aspect or the posters. But when you connect with the VP education, you get an idea who are the role players of the meeting, who are going to deliver various different roles and carry out them effectively during the meeting. One more point is help the VP education and VPPR. Sometimes you might have a complex theme for which you might have an idea. For example, if you have read some book and you want to base your theme on that book, your VPPR may not have read the book. So give them that idea. What do you exactly want to cover from that book? Also, since you're the host, help the VP education of the club find role bearers, because a meeting full of all the role players will be an effective meeting which you as the Toastmaster of the day will definitely enjoy. The next point is research and connect. What do you want to research? Well, in this scenario, you need to research about who the role players are. There is a very interesting form which Toastmasters International provides us, which is Know Your Speaker. And this is not just limited to this prepared speeches speaker. You can share it with almost every member who's going to attend the meeting. You can reach out to your club members and ask whether they are going to attend. If yes, ask them to fill that sheet. It has a couple of points in the sheet, such as what is the name of the speaker, what is their background, a couple of questions about them, and what they plan to share in the meeting, or if they are not aware of what is the theme, at least are they willing to speak or not. This helps you to be prepared completely and be well prepared, I would say, because when you are getting into the meeting, you know what you can ask which member, and you can also give them a very encouraging introduction to introduce them on the spotlight. The next point is prepare yourself and the script. We all might have a generic Toastmasters of the day script. Tweak it, but ensure the very essential bits are not missed out. You need to introduce the speaker. You need to call the evaluator before. You need to introduce the speaker in the format, which is Toastmaster name, topic name, Toastmaster name. You need to take 1 minute of feedback after the speaker have spoken, a silence of 1 minute. All these are few important essential part of the script which you should not miss. The next point is practice. Even if you have done the role multiple times, practice, because each time you might be taking up a new theme. So practice yourself and remember what you want to deliver. The last point before the meeting is be aware of the agenda. The agenda might have 3 speakers. Someday it might have 2 speakers. Someday it might have 4 speakers, and one of the speaker might be giving a reflect on your pathways, which is a longer speech, and another speaker might be taking the educational session as today, which is a 25-minute speech. So be aware of the agenda, who the role players are, who all are going to speak, who all are going to carry out the responsibilities. This helps you prepare well before the meeting. Well, if I have to ask you, what are you going to do during the meeting? What are your thoughts on that? You can unmute yourself and share in the chat. Anyone would like to take a guess at this?
Sometimes there is a back out, so the Toastmaster has to quickly, ensure that the role is filled or.
Yes. Sometimes there is a back out. The agenda which you had prepared earlier might change. There may be unknown circumstances where a speaker is not going to speak, where a role player is not going to be there. So in that scenario, during the meeting, just before the start of the meeting, verify the agenda. You can ask your president, you can ask the VP Education, or you yourself can interact with the members to know who all are present. The second aspect during the meeting is be mindful of members in the meeting. Who are there? Who are visiting Toastmasters? Are there any district leaders? Are there any guests? You can also connect with the VP membership to know if any of the guests is a repeat guest. To call them definitely onto the spotlight and ask them. Or otherwise, if there is a new guest, go connect with them before the meeting, discuss and ask their permission. It would be fine if you call out them on the virtual spotlight to speak. This way, the guests knows that they have to speak and they are ready. If not, they will share their hesitance and you can accordingly plan. Sometimes we feel that we are continuously calling out a member and member is not willing to turn on their camera or unmute themselves. They might not be willing to speak that day. Let them be in the listen only mode. The third point is remember the club mission. The club mission states a very particular point that we provide a positive and a supportive learning experience. You need to provide that with your words, with your energy, with a smile on your face. You can do that. Whenever you are calling out a speaker, introduce them in the best possible manner. Keep it short and precise. Let them know that they will have the stage to themselves for a minute. Give them a time frame rather than allowing them to speak for minutes and minutes. Tell them that you have to be specific within 1 minute or within 2 minutes, depending upon the time of the meeting. The fourth point stays engage within the framework. Now, what do we mean by framework? Every Toastmasters meeting has a framework which is 3 sections or 3 segments. Some of them might have 4 segments. Remember wherein you have time so that you can plug in your thoughts, wherein you have time to plug in what is the structure of the meeting, why you are calling out the timer to read out the guidelines. If not, you don't want to speak, type in the chat so that the new members who have joined in middle are aware what's going on. So remember the framework and engage within that. The fourth point is remember the time. Time is a valuable asset which we have and which we all have agreed to contribute to this meeting for 2 hours. So remember that we only have 2 hours. If we are exceeding, try to limit your content. If it is fine, if you're not able to call all the members because of the time, but ensure that you start on time and end on time with your role. They say that you time only the prepared speeches. No, time yourself, time each other. And anyone who ever extends, just type in a chat that we are overshooting the time. We need to be mindful of the same. This will help everyone concise their thoughts and wrap up so that we can proceed back to the agenda which is there published. Check the checklist. Now, what do I mean by this checklist? There is a very interesting checklist. For example, if I will read a couple of points from that checklist. At the meeting, did you ensure as the Toastmaster of the day that the timer knows the duties? Well, you are the host and a host needs to know. For example, if tomorrow you are hosting your friends, hosting your friends, and you have a friend who is preparing a dessert, you will only allow that friend when you know that the friend is very capable of and have prepared the dessert before. You are doing the same, that you are understanding whether the role players involved in that hosting party are aware of their duties. Do the same when you are the Toastmaster of the day. Speak to the member. Any member who's taking the role for the first time, if you have done the role before, share your experience. Share the points which the general evaluator or any member gave you as feedback. This will help them to be prepared and be confident in conducting their role effectively. So timer, grammarian, R counter. Ask the general evaluators, have they received the names of their evaluators in? So 3 speakers today. So have they received the names of all the evaluators? Do they have the introduction of the evaluators? You might be introducing them when you're calling out them for speech objectives, but there may be time when the speaker is giving, 2 speakers are giving same speech and you do not call the second evaluator. Let the general evaluator know that they have to introduce the member. So these are the couple of points which you do. And at the last, during the meeting, you yourself should enjoy the meeting. Enjoy the content which you are sharing. Be excited about the theme which you are presenting because it is something which you are passionate about or it is something dear to you. So share it with joy as if it is like a happy memory which you're sharing with the crowd. Similarly, let us move to the after the meeting. What do we do after the meeting as the Toastmaster of the day? Is it that our role once done, we relax and take a sigh of breath that, yes, finally done? It doesn't end over there. Get feedback from members. Ask the members what were the points you did well. What were the points which you should have paid more attention on? In this way, you will know what needs to be improved the next time. Because Toastmasters is a platform of continuous learning. You experiment today something, it didn't work out fine. You did a role for the first time, you fumbled, you forgot your lines, you forgot the content, you missed out certain protocols. It's fine. The next time you do it, you can improve on these points. That is the idea of the Toastmasters platform or the Toastmasters club. Share a summary of your theme. Sometimes your themes are quite interesting. Many members wanted to share their opinions and they had not gotten the opportunity. Speak to those members, ask them, and later summarize all the content and share it in your club meeting group. If you have guests, you can ask for the VP membership to get their emails and even share an email copy with them. So that if they're interested in the theme which you were passionate about, they can connect back or they can themselves do the research. So that is the third point. Answer the questions and queries asked by anyone after the meeting on the theme or anything else. The fourth point, you did the role of Toastmaster of the day. You took feedback. But what about you were a member of the meeting? You listened to all the speeches. Today you listened to Sachin being the delivery guy during the pandemic. You listened to Moni sharing about his completion of pathway leadership development. Give them feedback. Though their evaluators might give them feedback, but you should also give them feedback. You heard the timer, you heard the R counter, you heard the grammarian. Give them the feedback too. As the host of the meeting, you should give feedback. And at the last point, thank your team of timer, R counter, grammarian, evaluator, general evaluator, and the surgeon at arms, Zoom masters in the online scenario. Thank them for what all they have done and helped you carry out an exciting meeting. So I'll just summarize quickly what the role of Toastmaster of the day means. Well, you're definitely the master organizer since you plan it along with the VP education. Always remember, if you're taking the role of host, which is the Toastmaster of the day, you are planning it along with the executive officers. Do that. Ensure everything is in place. Agenda is in place, poster is in place, roles are filled, virtual backgrounds and specific to the meeting you want to use that are prepared. Get that, all of the things prepared and done. Be a gracious host. Smile. Because sometimes a guest might just join so that they are feeling low and want to enjoy because they enjoy the community or the environment Toastmasters provide. Be encouraging, energetic, and have a smile. It might just help the guests to speak up and open up and share their thoughts. Or, in fact, even a member would like to do the same. Keep the audience interested. Sometimes what happens, like after a lot of content which I shared, you all might be wondering, so much gyan, so much information. Break a humor. For example, you can tell the first time I took the role of Toastmaster of the day, I did not even got a single chance to speak on my theme. I was so confused and so nervous that I just wanted it to end on time. I just ensured that I ended the meeting on time. The theme I did not spoke. Well, a lot of people came back to asking me, Akshay, what was the theme? Such memories, such journey or moments in Toastmasters can help you ease up the environment and keep your audience interested. Because your audience might be a member who might be aspiring to the role, but they have not done before. Let them know about how you started your journey. If you are good with humor and can share witty jokes, try out that. That's not my forte, but you can definitely try out that. The fourth point is punctuality. Join the meeting 15 minutes earlier. Be there to ensure that you are well before time. You have checked the agenda, all the role plays are in, everything is checked out. Slide share, if you are using it, is checked. All other aspects of the role are done. So these four, the master organizer, the gracious host, keep audience interested, and punctuality. Well, these are around the Toastmaster of the day role. Now, if we want to, the gracious host is also a synonym to an MC or the master of ceremonies. MC is usually a host who is hosting the entire event. A master of ceremony is just a bit different as they are the people who start any event and introduce the speakers or any event which is going to come up. So let us see what happens in the role of master of ceremonies. Before we dive into there, I would request two questions from the members. Anyone who would like to ask them, they can unmute themselves and ask. Anyone would like to ask these questions?
Yes, Akshay, can I go ahead?
Yes, sure, Ravi.
So I understood three points like master, organizer, gracious host, punctuality, but how to keep audience interested? You spoke about humor, so but I feel that is still the tricky part, and it is very subjective. So can you just help on this point?
Sure, Ravi. Thank you for that question. Well, it is always an difficult approach if you think that how you will keep the audience engaged. Because you, if you're trying the role for the first time, you might not be aware. Suppose say I'm sharing about a very complex topic, which is calculus. Not everyone would be interested in that. Now, I am a person who loves calculus, but not everyone in the meeting would. So, what I have, which I can engage the audience with, I see from the faces, or I see that there are no responses on my content. I can try to change. Instead of going into the technical aspect of calculus, I can go into the funny side of it. As a Toastmaster, you should be prepared on both the aspects. Have a very important aspect which you want to share, and have something else which you feel would be light. There is also a point wherein you engage the audience with a very strong opening. Instead of sharing about a theme, share a memory, share an incident which happened in your life. We all are humans and we are very interested in each other, irrespective of whether we agree or not. Share something about yourself. That will help you break the ice and engage with the audience. If not, you feel that portraying humor or having humor is difficult, ask the members to share aspect about the theme which they feel. For example, if I have to ask you about calculus, and I know that you might not like it, I can say, what is that one such subject, Ravi, which you hated in your school? You can definitely share something on that. And then I can relate back that though I loved calculus, I hated this. And you can change your discussion around this. The theme of the meeting is always to let audience know what will be the point of discussion. But if the point of discussion is something which you feel the audience is not interested, try to dive into those areas which you feel the audience would be interested in. Because the Toastmaster of the day is not someone who is the star of the meeting, who is the speaker of the meeting and needs to share what the content they have. They are the host and the facilitator. They need to facilitate the entire meeting so that each parts are conducted in a precise, effective manner, and it is well within the time and as per the agenda. That is the main goal as the Toastmaster of the day. It is never to share about your content or ask the audience members what they feel about the content. It is to facilitate the meeting in a very precise and concise manner so that the other parts of this meeting, like the prepared speeches, are getting enough time, feedback is getting enough time, table topics, an opportunity for the members to speak up, that portion is getting time. So I hope I answered your question, Ravi.
Yes, you nailed it. Absolutely.
All right. But I did not see anything from the timer, so I guess we have time. Anyone else would like to ask a question?
Hey Akshay, this is Piyush here.
Yeah, Piyush.
I have one question. So, in my experience, what I have seen is that whenever you are the Toastmaster of the day, certain other role players sometimes they either extend their things or they either say less things. For example, evaluator who you call to introduce the objective may end up inviting the speaker as well. So though we try and make sure that we define boundaries between the roles and responsibilities of each and every role player, how do you expect us to handle such kind of scenarios when they happen impromptu?
All right, Piyush. So one thing I would say give you three different approaches. First is you are prepared well before the meeting, such that you know what needs to be done. All right, you know that this
Yeah.
is something which you need to do. Share with the evaluators that you will call out them to just read out the objectives and you shall do the introduction. Or just before you are going to start the prepared speech, mention, I'll be calling out the evaluators who are requested to share the speech objective and the timing guidelines and which pathway the speaker is attempting the project from. While I shall be doing the introduction of the speaker. You can mention that
Okay.
right in front. Or the third approach is if someone impromptu does that, no worries. If they have already called the speaker might be aware, or you can talk to the speaker as well. Ask them to take a pause, give their speech title in the format which is prescribed by Toastmasters, and then go forward. So you can always do all these three different things. There may be more methods which you, as you take upon this role, with practice, you get to realize that there are different approaches you can try. But I would suggest connecting with each member or each role player before the meeting is the best approach to be taken. I see we are on 25 minutes. So I shall just get into what happens during the Master of Ceremonies. Well, it is similar before the event. You should find out about the event, find about the speakers, the activities, who are the guest speakers coming, agenda. Master of Ceremony during it happens during special occasions or special events. So participate in dry runs, do certain dry runs that you are aware of the flow, how the agenda will proceed. A club meeting is something which happens each week, so you are aware of the flow. But special events might have a different structure from event to event. Practice your role with few friends. When you are master of ceremony, engage with few friends to understand how the content which you're sharing or how you're engaging the audience is going to work out or not. Connect with someone with prior experience. They might share the pain points or the points which they experienced during their role, which they should, if someone would have told them before, they would have done a better role or better job in that aspect. So connect with someone from prior experience. During the event, ensure that you have a very effective opening, have an energetic presence, control the timing of transitions. Well, in an online meeting, we immediately switch to the person with the spotlight. But in a physical meeting, you might be calling out the speaker who might be moving out of their seat and coming to the podium. Give a round of applause, ensure that everyone is clapping along with you, and as soon as they came, hand over them the mic and move away from the stage. Control the timing of transitions. Do not ask a question once I've called out a speaker. Keep the introduction, and once I've called the speaker, just handle the transition. No more points to be shared in there. Again, you're not the star of the event. Address the audience always. Always speak with the mind that audience is the people whom you are interacting, not with one person from the audience. Engage the audience. You can do quick games. You can share, ask about generic questions. How many of you had a delicious lunch today? Anything which you want to ask. Many times, master of ceremonies, they do activities to get people out of sleep if the event is passing after lunch, crossing lunch over. So they do events. You can do certain activities and games. After the event, yes, definitely get feedback. Thank your team. Post about your learning. When you're a master of ceremony, post about your learning wherever you can, what you learned. Because today you did the role. Tomorrow you might be asked by someone else to share guidance or share something how your experience was. Because in Toastmasters community, you want everyone to develop and everyone to take up these roles. Not just the same person who is one person we have dedicated that this person will be the master of ceremony. Let that person do. No, you should aspire and you should also do. So always share your learning. Share a summary of event. This will help your audience and your friends to know that you have done the role and they can always connect with you. They might not connect with me, Piyush. Your friends might not connect with me because they don't know me, but they know you. So you can share about your learning and the summary. Well, that's it. And I would request if any one of you all have any questions or anything which you would like to share, you can share it right now. You can even ask any questions, any point of feedback. I see we have guests, Subhadra, Prachi. Anything you feel that will help the other members of the meeting or you want to raise a question, please do so. Either everyone fell off asleep or they got everything. So which one of the two I should expect?
Okay, Akshay, I have a
Yeah.
question. So you talked about TMOD MOC. Now we sometimes says that TTM is also like a mini TMOD. Would you like to highlight some of the points there?
Sure. So table topic master role is a very short segment. Okay. So it's usually in, suppose you have 20 minutes, but over there you have a very short introduction at the start, which you need to do, which is very specific. If you're doing the role for the first time, ensure that you go as per the script. No need to add your creativity if you are very nervous, or else you can always add, share that, and ask members to come up. Once the members have spoken, you can summarize their speech. Usually, when we take up any projects, listening project, which is wherein you have to do the role of table topic master, you summarize that, their speech content, because it is part of the project. Why not inculcate that as a habit, and whenever you take the role, you do it? In a table topic master role, you cannot prepare well with the members of the meeting or the audience members, but you can prepare well on your part. You can prepare well with the topics. If you feel, if you ask the topic and a member has spoken, but this next member was not able to speak on the topic, and the third member also find it difficulty to speak, change your topic. Try to reduce the level of the topic. You might think in your mind that this is a simple topic, but it might not be the same for the audience. So be adaptive, prepare multiple parts, at least 3 different levels of topic, and that is fine. 3 levels of topic, short topics, scripts topics, so that the members of the meeting, whoever wants to speak, can speak up, and ensure that you go as per the script. Once you have gained understanding of the script entirely, then the next time whenever you are speaking, you can always tweak in, you can add your quotes, you can add. So there was one meeting wherein I heard one of the members. So the meeting was special like that. They were having hand signs was their theme. So that member gave the entire, what we can say, role, objective, responsibility using sign language. And then that person also typed it in the chat, so that if no one is aware, he typed in the chat that this is what he meant, which was very effective because there were many people who were reading the content and then they were eager to take part in the table topics round. So as a table topics master, you need to ensure that you have simple topics. You are aware of your audience, what kind of topics they want, what is their level. Third, you give them feedback, you summarize. And fourth is the point, you ensure that whatever you are sharing, make it a standard share. Do not mention that in table topics you can take your time and just after 5 minutes start speaking. Do not do that. Mention you have to take around 30 seconds, but then you need to speak. Mention all the rules and guidelines well before. If a timer has missed that there is a grace of 30 seconds post the final limit, mention that, so that the member who is speaking, a guest who might have spoken, they might have spoken only for 30 seconds. Let them know. Instead of telling, it's okay, you have spoken, good attempt, tell them, you have 30 more seconds to qualify for the awards of the meeting. Please do so. So let them know that this is the rule and they're aware, so that they can speak for 30 more seconds. That is how you can do. This is how I would have done the role. Anyone else has any questions? All right. So yes, you got an idea of both the roles, which is the Toastmaster of the day, Master of Ceremonies. So I hope you enjoy best of both the worlds whenever you plan to take these 2 roles. And as Ranjini said, stupendous session. I hope it was indeed one. Otherwise, you can always reach out to me. Maybe one-on-one will help me to convey my thoughts more better in a more effective manner. That's all. I now hand it over back to Toastmaster of the day, Piyush. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akshay.